people need information. People need to know what is happening in their environment, what is happening in their circumstances, and what is happening, what are the situations and events that perhaps they can participate in, or what are the situations and events that can impact the way they live. So there is a constant need to consume information, and as long as there is a consumer for information, there will always be a provider of information. So this is an exchange. One is providing information and the other is consuming information, and somebody has to bankroll it, somebody has to pay money for it. So either the consumer need to pay for the information itself directly, or somebody else has to pay the source of information, that is the media, so that the consumer can access the information without much cost on the consumer. So today this is the way the media is evolving, and especially in India, media is going through a transformation, a metamorphosis from what it was and what it is today and what is going to be tomorrow. Well, like many things in India, media is not immune to its environment and the other industries. So if there is a change in the way the other industry works, and that will also reflect in the change in how the media works, media industry works. A lot of people are employed, and media industry gives a livelihood to so many people, and it is very technologically advanced, and it has its rules, regulations, procedures. It has its format of how you present the information that you are capable of resourcing. And there are many schools and colleges that educate people on how to present it so that it is readable. There are many styles in the way you present the information, maybe in the form of a story, maybe in the form of news, maybe in the form of some reality shows, or maybe as education. So there are multiple ways the information is transmitted to the consumer. And I think the media, its core competency must be in giving information. Now, how much information one has to give, because it is not yet a very organized industry, and people have not gone to the cellular level of how the information exchange works vis-a-vis the provider and the consumer. For example, sometimes media in its job just to give information may go a little overboard, and giving that derivative, the last end of that ultimate information and little beyond that information as well, may start shaping the opinion of the consumer. Now this is overreach perhaps of the sanctity of the job of the provider to shape the opinion of the listener. But then we do not have that kind of intelligentsia to critically analyze and go to the cellular level of news transmission and news consumption, or information transmission or information consumption. There is a domain called public domain and personal domain. For example, in social media, one has reached to a public domain and yet can keep some secure personal domain as well. So there is one rule that the personal information exchange works on, and there is another rule on which the public information exchange works on. So one has to get little clarity on a personal domain information exchange and a public domain information exchange. With reference to your question about privacy or intrusion into privacy, well, today one has to agree that we are under constant surveillance, and everybody is exposed to maybe necessary screening or even unnecessary screening. Well, that's a $1 million question, how much is much and how much is essential, and to what level should one be exposed to monitoring and surveillance through CCTV, through frisking, through a dog sniffing under your car, or through a mirror going under your car, or a metal detector that you move in through, or even biometrics by which you are traced, tracked, and documents that you have to produce to even access a hotel room or even air ticket, all in the name of security and safety of the people. So I think in the future one has to get used to this intrusion of what you do, because snooping is going to be there whether one likes it or not. As long as distrust, suspicion and sense of threat exists between two people, then there will always be an industry called snooping industry, and that is going to flourish if we do not dilute it or compromise, if we do not water it down by start reliving the values of trust among two people and deleting or eliminating sense of insecurity or threat perception from others, and even suspicions. So as long as these four things exist between two people, then there is no way you can bring down the snooping. So intrusion is going to be is there. Now the question is, why did people normalize this? The people around the world has almost normalized and start thinking that this is the way to be. It's normal that you have to carry a card with you to live on planet Earth. I mean, you have not come down to the earth with a card in hand, but then that has become a added accessory or even a necessity that you have to carry around wherever you go. People have more faith in card than in what you say. So that is my opinion on privacy, intrusion to privacy, and about responsibility of the media industry. Well, they are responsible to give the information. Now we have not as a governance, the polity that consumes the information has not got the collective intelligentsia to rebut or to give a feedback that how much news do we want, or how much exposure to whatever kind of media do we want, whether it's print, whether it is electronic media like in television, whether it is magazines or tabloids or or even social media or internet media, or even in cell phones the new media. Whatever be the case, the polity who consumes, the people who consumes the exposure, the people who consumes information and who are exposed to the information cannot come together to formulate a consensus on how to give a feedback to the provider of information. So as long as that does not happen, I do not think you can really control the oozing out of news which you may think is trivial, though you can manage it to some extent through external regulators, through self-regulators, but then the governance cannot be the only way to regulate the transmission of news. In some countries, they have gone into even understanding the content of even a street side drama, a street side play, or a song, etc. are all conveying some kind of information, be it romance, be it beauty of nature, or all contributes to conveying information. So they are also a kind of media, So in some countries, before you organize street drama, you have to submit the content to the local administrative body, the bureaucracy, and they will screen it they will scan it and they will then approve whether it is palatable or whether it is to be consumed by that polity. So that all depends on the polity, the way the polity thinks. So until the polity reaches a collective consensus on how to regulate the media, it is a free run for the people who provide information.